Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I often remember when I was really young watching my favorite Disney heroes in action and having a desire to want to be just like them. I had no idea how I would ever go down in history for being one of the greatest heroes of all time. Heroes such as Eugene, Olaf, Mushu, Aladdin, and Hercules. But it happened because of each and every one of you and how much you believed in me and how much of a chance you wanted to take on me as your voice of Descendants of Zombies. Because ever since becoming a part of this soundtrack, it's become the greatest honor of my life, or at least that's how I've chosen to perceive it. Because this is not a career for me. This is pretty much a dream come true where I had the chance to meet so many incredible people who had such a passion for Descendants of Zombies that they always put on display. A passion that I always believe that should be encouraged, and people should never be afraid to let the world know how they truly feel about their favorite superstars such as Clarke or Malia Baker, or for me, Ruby Rose Turner, because many of you have subscribed to this YouTube channel because you've heard my stories about how much I loved Ruby and how much I supported Kylie, because I really did. I saw something special in them, and I wanted to be that one guy on YouTube that could give somebody watching these videos hope that indeed there was a future for us all to be excited about. Futures involving the Worlds Collide Tour Like 2, futures involving Descendants 5 with Wonderland, and even Zombies 5, which is currently being filmed in New Zealand, and everybody is really excited about that. I can see why you're really excited about it, because it's a beautiful love story. The first time ever we're going to hear this story told and seen for the first time ever, and I think we're really setting ourselves up to be a part of history, and I'm really excited to be a part of history, because history only happens every so often in a person's lifetime. So because you only ever have so many opportunities to really experience and live through history, they are opportunities that should be made the most of. Opportunities that should never ever be forgotten and truly seized. I say this because I see a really bright future in store for people like Freya Sky. I mean, how can you not? I see a really bright future in store for Malachi Burton, given how supportive they are of each other's friendship. I know that their friendship means the world to them, and I know that a lot of critics have often taken advantage of this and started up their own rumors just to try to create controversy online to make people think that necessarily isn't what the case. I think that what it comes down to is how much each and every one of you have believed in these stars, and because you guys have believed in these stars with all of your hearts, I found time in appreciating that. I found time in appreciating and respecting you. And I've loved every single moment of being right by your sides, helping you make sense of everything that oftentimes you really can't make sense of because people are posting these ridiculous videos about Descendants of Zombies, leading you to believe something that isn't even true about your favorite stars. I think that there have been a lot of nonsense posted about the Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour. I'm never going to deny that, about how Malia Baker's backed out, how Kylie has opted out of the tour because of what happened in her relationship with Malachi Burton. I mean, we weren't there. We didn't experience what happened, but I do know that Kylie endured a lot. She endured a lot maybe not because of her relationship with Malachi, but she endured a lot because of how people made her feel, because she was often very emotionally connected to each and every one of you. Everything from her political point of view when it came to not being a Donald Trump supporter, and people believed that she was far or anything from being a Donald Trump supporter. She was really just a beautiful person, and how people thought about Kylie was never any reflection on who she was as a person, because if you actually get a chance to know who Kylie is, you will never have any regrets. Ever since I saw Kylie offer something special to these franchises, I knew she was going to be destined for great things, and I just wanted to be a part of that, because I knew there was somebody out there always watching this video who believed in Kylie with all of her heart. There is somebody today watching this video because they are a Kylie fan, and they believe in her with all of their heart. I'm here to tell you guys to keep on believing in who and what you believed in, because who and what you believe in are success stories because of each and every one of you. You guys are truly the magic behind what happens for me and what happens for Descendants of Zombies, because I know that this YouTube channel would have never came to be, would have never happened if you never believed in it. And you guys have forever been by my side, surpassing all of my goals as a content creator on YouTube and making all of my dreams come true, because you too believed in your favorite fairy tale characters such as Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland. I wanted to have a chance to be a part of something special, and talking about Alice in Wonderland and Cinderella with you guys, and sharing my stories about how I thought the live-action Cinderella was the most beautiful movie ever shot in England, or one of the most beautiful stories ever told, and how Alice's curiosity in Alice in Wonderland sometimes may have gotten the better of her, but it led her down a path to make so many wonderful friends in Wonderland, and she had such an appreciation for all the friendships she made. She may have never seen eye to eye with the Queen of Hearts in her vision for for Wonderland, but that's what made Alice one of the most appreciated and honored characters of all time. Her rarity speaks volumes about what a Disney character has truly been meant to represent for all these years and all this time, and seeing your favorite stars on Disney Channel such as Kylie, Malia, and Ruby having the chance to be a part of something so special became the greatest honor of my life. I really feel like I've been a part of every generation of Disney, and I've just wanted to relate to each and every one of you. I have no idea if I will ever be remembered or go down in history for being one of the greatest columnists of all time or even a hero, but it's really been a dream of mine to be an action hero for a Disney Channel movie or franchise. And if I ever had the opportunity to bring to life a prince for you guys that you've never seen before in Descendants, I will put on that blue jacket and become everybody's favorite prince in action faster than you ever will believe, because I really do believe that there are people out there who believe in these characters with all of their hearts and just want to see these characters come to life more than ever before. And if you can be that one guy to bring that prince to life with so much heart and dedication, or that one character that you provide the voice for with voiceovers, you should really take full advantage of it, because moments like these are only ever meant to happen so often in a person's lifetime, and a lifetime often is very short-lived. So because a lifetime is very short-lived, they are cherished moments that should be celebrated and honored, and I just wanted to honor this with you guys and be a part of something special. I had no idea my voice or my videos would be seen and heard by more people than ever before, and I would have the chance to share my story with such a broadened audience, a worldwide audience that would accept me as a part of this niche. Because in order to provide commentary and breakdowns and reviews about a niche, a specific niche, you've got to fall into that niche. And I may have been walking through the forests of Oregon or attended Merlin Academy or Oregon Prep for pretty much all of my life. But if that's what it took to win the hearts of every fan of Descendants of Zombies, I was cool with that. Even if it took me my entire lifetime, and it was the last thing I ever did, I was going to win the hearts of every fan of Descendants of Zombies because of how these franchises made me feel. It made me feel accepted by millions of people, if not even more, who loved Descendants of Zombies with all their hearts, who just wanted to have this story told very differently that gave them hope for a future. Because I know that people thought that The Rise of Red should have never been made, and we should have left it at a very successful trilogy that would never ever be forgotten. But I think that if the spin-off The Rise of Red would have never happened, people would have very quickly forgot about Descendants, because the door was always shut on the possibility of these stars reprising their roles when it came to Mal, Evie, and even Carlos. They wanted to say goodbye. They obviously had their reasons for wanting to let go, but the thing was, millions of people, precisely 10.5 million people out there, never wanted to let go of this franchise, and I wanted to keep it alive. I had no idea how I was ever going to have the chance to keep it alive, but I did. And I did because you guys believed in it just as much, and you took a chance on me when you really never had to, and you believed in me. And for that, I just want to say thank you to every single person who's ever ran their finger across this subscribe button, or every single person who's ever believed in me and saw something special. Thank you so much. This coming week, we will celebrate 1,000 videos, and that is a true milestone, a milestone that very few content creators have the chance of celebrating. But I would love to invite you to join me for this celebration. I never imagined that I would go on to upload over 4,000 videos over the years, but over the years I've recorded over 4,000 videos in total, because this Friday will be my 1,000th video on Descendants of Zombies, and I would love for you guys to be a part of it. You know, from the very first moment I saw Ruby Rose Turner in action, I knew she was going to offer something special to the character Bridget, and if it wasn't for Ruby, I don't even know. I've seriously got my doubts if I'd be the person that I am today. Ruby really showed me how to appreciate kindness and really how to value it, and how much further kindness can truly take a person in this lifetime, and just how much a profound impact things like bullying can have on a person every day that they go to school or in everyday life. We see this every day. We may never see it because it's often camouflaged, and people never really seem to tell us what we're going through. But the thing is, guys, people endure this every day. So if you can be that one person who always shows that one person kindness who really needs it and just wants you to be that one person to show it to them, you could be that one girl that this guy's had a crush on for forever, that he just wished he had the courage to tell you how he really felt about you. And oftentimes you see it in their actions. It doesn't really take a degree in rocket science to figure out how a person truly feels about you, because they show it every day in their actions. You know, when somebody just taps you on the shoulder or just starts talking to you about something random, it really shows you how much they appreciate you. And I think that that is to be valued, because oftentimes it doesn't really happen for a lot of people. There is a certain somebody out there for somebody to spend the rest of their life with, but it is very difficult for them to find it. And I think that if we can help somebody by showing them a little bit of extra kindness, it really helps them see it through, everything through that may be happening around them, because oftentimes people can't really tell you what they're feeling. But it's the friendships that we make, like Chloe and Red's friendship, that help us make sense of everything going on around us. I know this for a fact because some of you guys became some of my greatest friends ever. You know, if there was one opportunity I would seize time and time over again, it would be talking about Descendants of Zombies with you, because I've loved having these conversations. I've loved sharing with you my predictions. I've loved sharing with you my thoughts. Oftentimes they were really crazy about how I thought a zombie apocalypse could happen at any given moment, or I thought that an alien invasion could occur, because if there was one thing I wanted to experience, it would have been being beamed up by aliens, or being on the Star Trek Enterprise, or being a part of a TV show like The Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits or Are You Afraid of the Dark. I had a greater appreciation for Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps when I was a child, because I went through this phase where everything I saw on TV was real. So if there was one guy who wanted to be a member, and a dedicated member of the Midnight Society, and say, for approval of the Midnight Society, I call this story and throw the dust onto the fire, it would have been Jonathan Clarke, because I believed in everything that I saw on TV, and I believed, yes, that everything I saw on TV was real. So when it comes to appreciating your passions for collecting Descendants of Zombies dolls and all the merch that comes with it, like posters and t-shirts and hoodies, which are really cool. I want all of them, although I've never had the chance to get my hands on any of them. They are really beautiful hoodies. I know there are a lot of people who have spent a great deal of money on these hoodies, who went home on their YouTube channels and spent time reviewing it very critically. But I think the designs for the hoodies were very beautiful. I think it truly represented what a Descendants of Zombies fan has, these franchises meaning to them deep within inside of their hearts. And as I've often said, you should never feel discouraged about buying your Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Tour hoodie or a Descendants shirt. I think that there's always a passion that comes with whatever you love. I remember years ago when everybody was so crazy about Twilight and the saga between vampires and werewolves. They didn't really expand it. They just talked about the saga between vampires and werewolves, and a greater appreciation was given for the love triangle between Jacob and Edward and Bella. It was a beautiful story. I remember reading the books, and I will never forget how Breaking Down Part 1, I do believe, was over 1,000 pages. You know, I really do believe that in these books that the Descendants franchise has had released, you can have a story that's over 1,000 pages, because you can really keep on going and going and going. Take it from somebody who's always had a dream of being a successful author, because I've seen some of my greatest friends in the wrestling industry, some of my greatest friends in entertainment release their own version of their own memoir and their own story, and take it from a guy who's believed in so much. I really do believe that a story could be written that's over 1,000 pages or even deeper for Descendants of Zombies. It's all about how much you believe in it. You know, I've always wanted to have the chance to write my own story and share my story with the world. And when I was 13 years old, that was a big dream for a 13-year-old to have. I wanted to be one of the greatest heroes of all time, have a chance, if any, of going down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. I remember when the school yearbook was passed around at the end of grade 9, when we were going to high school for the first time ever, going to, grade 10, switching schools. And I wrote in the yearbook that I either wanted to be a pro wrestler or I wanted to be the greatest of all time. How I would go down in history for being the greatest of all time may have came in the form of me becoming a security guard at Five Nights at Freddy's and taking on Freddy Fazbear and Chico and fearing for my life. But even if that's what it meant for me to go down in history for being the greatest of all time, that's what made this so fun for me. And yes, I did believe that Five Nights at Freddy's was a real concept and that it was a real place. I've really wanted to be a part of something so special. For some reason, my phone is going off. Someone's trying to contact me during a show. Really creepy. This is what I've been trying to tell you guys. This house is haunted. People have been trying to tell me for years this house is haunted, but I have no idea how this house is haunted. But if ever it becomes more evident, I will be sure to let you know. I've got to get this stuff checked out. But the thing is, I'll get to that in a moment. But the thing is, guys, if you've ever wanted to believe in an alien invasion or a zombie apocalypse happening for you guys, I think you should continue on believing in that, because that's what allows Descendants of Zombies to be brought to life. That's what brings us to moments like celebrating the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana. Because I really did see something special in Miley Cyrus years ago, and it was undeniable that she was destined for great things. And it's undeniable 15 and a half years later that your favorite Descendants of Zombies cast members are destined for great things. and I'm just so excited to be a part of it. And I'll be honest with you guys, there have been a lot of cruel things said about your favorite stars, such as Kylie and Freya and Malia. I know because I've seen it, I've heard it, and I've read it. And it was very heart-wrenching for me reading all the critical reviews that Freya Sky was receiving. So every single time I see somebody putting out a post about how Freya Sky is the greatest person ever and they are their hero, that's what makes this worth it for me as a YouTuber, because I know that you guys feel the same way, and you outshine all the criticism that your favorite stars face. You really do help them out of situations, oftentimes very unpeculiar situations, very scary situations, but you do help them out of it, and you make them realize their truest potential, which makes this such a huge honor for me to create all these wonderful videos. And I've loved every single moment of it. If there was one thing that I could freeze in a time capsule just to relive over and over again, it would be Descendants of Zombies. You know, being a Disney fan became the greatest honor and the most fun that I've ever had. I had a lot of partners in radio over the years, but they never really shared the same passion for Disney that I did. Some of them loved... Somebody keeps... Oh my God. I do apologize for that. I'm a pretty popular guy this morning, and yes, like I told you, this house is really haunted. I gotta get this checked out, man. Exorcism or something on the go here. But the thing is, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown this YouTube channel, because I know that I would not have been able to come through with so many wonderful videos like I was able to have the chance to do. I would have never been able to have these conversations about Freya Sky. I would have never been able to touch your hearts, as many hearts as I've never really received enough credit for having touched. Because there are people out there who think that I am the nicest and sweetest guy ever to create a YouTube channel about Descendants of Zombies, and I would like to say thank you so much if you are somebody who indeed believes that. Undeniably, I have put my heart and soul into every video that I've ever created about Descendants of Zombies, and I just wanted to be that one guy who would always say something nice about those such as Ruby and Kylie and Freya, because I did believe in them, and I saw something special in them from the very first moment I ever laid eyes on them. I knew we were all going to be a part of history. We were setting ourselves up to be a part of something that was truly undeniable, ever since seeing the friendships of Freya Sky and Malachi Burton being put on display for the first time ever, and friendships such as Kylie and Malia's, which I've been incredibly supportive of. I've never really bought into the rumors and the proverbial Kool-Aid that people have often tried to get us to drink because they wanted to make us believe something that sometimes is never true. The thing about these rumors about Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker backing out of the Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, that remains to be seen. That hasn't even been confirmed, and I just read a report just last night that they are actually scheduled to be a part of it. Now, I don't know how they're going to pull it off, because Freya Sky has the Stars Align World Tour Leg 2 completely booked up until November of this year. So because she's booked up for the next 6 months, it kind of puts me in mind of how the Jonas Brothers were extremely popular in their era of Disney, during the golden era of Disney Channel, when Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, and of course the Jonas Brothers were at the heights of their popularity. The Jonas Brothers would have 6 months of concerts. They would be on a tour bus for the entire year. And I think that Freya Sky is well on her way to having a Taylor Swift-like career and perspective being done on her, because once a retrospective comes out of Freya Sky, I think we should take the Stars Align World Tour like we did for the Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Tour concert special and create a doc-series for Disney Channel, even if you had to do it in a 5-part series, just to show everything that Freya Sky went through and endured to have to bring this tour to life. I think that there are too many emphases on how Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter have shined through, and their stars have obviously shined brighter than a lot of the greatest of all time. But if we can have these conversations about Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift all the time, we can still have those same conversations about Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell, because they deserve it. And again, it comes down to how much you guys love them with all of your heart and how much incredible support you've shown them for them for the very beginning, like you've shown for this YouTube channel. I have no idea where I'd be today without each and every one of you and your contributions to this YouTube channel, having made it your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. But these moments deserve to be honored and certainly cherished, and I would just love to continue to cherish these moments with each and every one of you for a little while longer, if that's cool with you guys. You guys do think I'm cool, right? You think this YouTube channel is the best Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel ever created. The greatest Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. There's somebody freaking out over that right now at this very moment. And if you are somebody who is freaking out over this YouTube channel because there truly is something here for everybody, then I think this could be the YouTube channel for you, and you should take time to hit my subscribe button, because I promise you guys there will always be something relatively new uploaded every single time I ever push record, just having the honor to share with you my thoughts and my stories about how this all happened for me and I became a fan of Descendants and Zombies, just like each and every one of you. I've loved sharing in these moments. I've loved having these opportunities, and I wouldn't trade this for the world because you guys are the greatest fandom that I could ever have the honor of creating videos for. I've had so much fun and really the time of my life, and it's been a time that I will never ever forget, that I just want you guys to know that will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and thank you so much forever and always for having watched this video and really taking a chance on me for being one of the greatest voices to ever be associated with Descendants and Zombies, certainly one of the most recognizable, and believing in this YouTube channel with all of your heart. Thank you so much from wherever you're watching this video or from wherever you hear my voice this morning. I will return with a brand new video very soon for you guys about Descendants and Zombies, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep on holding that very special place in your hearts for Descendants and Zombies, because we have a long way to go, because this story is far from over, and I am more excited than ever before to share in this unbelievable future with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for having watched this video.